I'm Monica Sancio, Vegan Fit, energizing you to be fit, healthy, happy, and free. And I want to invite you to our Fit90X community. It's a test group where we're going to test out the content, including videos, audios, PDFs, all kinds of content, all kinds of ideas, so that we can really get you fit in 90 days or less. And that's the idea. Of course, I'm not promising an overnight transformation, but yes, we are promising that you're going to get to your next level. And that's the idea of the progressions, of the modifications, and of the very considerate program that I wanted to put together for you for so many years, and now the time has come to actually share it with you little by little. And I want to test it out. Like I said, I want it to work for you. I want it to be effective, not just for Monica, but for you. That's the idea. It doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl. I'm going to offer it to both sexes or all sexes. And at the same time, I want to make this ageless, limitless, and of mindfulness. So it is a holistic program that integrates fitness with movement, because sometimes they seem to be apart, just like yoga and Pilates. I put them together as yogi lattes. I also made glutes and abs, and I've always been creating these programs, but now it's the time to actually put Fit90X to the test with you. And for $1 a month, you can be part of this idea in order to make Fit90X work for you and for your family, basically, because the idea is to make this possible. Is that sometimes you might see a posture and you might not know how to do it. Let's say yoga, and I'm going to give you many ways to make it possible, not just to achieve that posture, but also to flow and move into it. For instance, let's say we are standing. Okay, let me get barefoot because I was on my thongs right now. So here we are. And we're going to lift one leg, and this would be level 1. Level 2 is here, and we're also going to use props, and we can use a chair or a stool. And then as I teach people to transfer their weight so that they're actually going forward and back within the posture. So it could be something like level 1 is just here, and some people are going to need to use a chair for support or a bar. I love ballet, and I also incorporate ballet into my yogi lattes, the primal yogi lattes, the primal kettlebell yogi lattes, and many of those integrations that I love to do. I like harmony in my movements, in the quality of the movements, of course, that we have to work on all the time, and practice is important. Just like workouts don't necessarily have to be bad words for the people of movement. I'm considering everyone and everything, and I don't mean that it's going to work for everyone, but if you're interested in something holistic that works for you, that includes cardio, resistive exercise, mind-body exercise, and all types of practices that you can actually do like in your natural flow of movements in order to get up easily. Everything that's supposed to be instinctive that for some reason we're not doing, that's going to be incorporated into Fit90X. That's the idea. And it's been so long and it's been so ambitious that I said, you know what, let me simplify it. Let's just go little by little and start over, practically from scratch. We're going to do this together, and all you have to do is click on the link below and get in. So I was saying, this is an example of where I teach the Varkasana or tree pose, and we start, let's say, level 1, and this could be with a prop, and then level 2, as you get better, you could actually have your foot like that, okay? And the palms of your hands together here if you want. And the idea is for you to use your body language to express yourself, so you can also move around in the postures that are typically from yoga. And that's just one of the ideas in which we have it's funny because we're using all our toes, and I also teach you that I have been learning from Primal Moves to use our hands, our feet, our toes, everything for balance, to be centered. So the interesting thing for me, the most interesting thing for me, is really to be teaching you at the same time that you're learning, so that we can go to the next level and so forth. So it's not just the posture, it's beyond the posture. And it's not just the movement of squatting, it's actually being mindful while you squat. And squatting could start with a ball right here on your back. You can use a mirror, you could use a wall, And I teach you many ways of doing this, just like, you know, when you do it actually towards the mirror or towards the wall, that has different effects. So when to use certain props, it's going to depend on you. So it's pretty personalized, and I would say we're going to stick to the basics at first, like basic squats, basic swings with a kettlebell, basic, you know, just moving with your whole body, what I call double pump. That's really important in my programs. But, you know, we're gonna go way beyond what's done in the gym. You know, in the gym, you just stay here like in a squat, you know, where your thighs are supposed to be parallel to the floor, to the ground, and that's not true at all. We can go down way deeper and get much better results as we progress, okay? It's all progress, and I show you how to make progress, and I think that's one of the most distinctive things about my program. Of course, it has to do with my experience, all these 27 plus years in fitness, but also with the experience of having you in my programs, my students, my coaches, my coaches, my opportunity to be learning at the same time that I'm teaching, so that I learn, I do, and I teach. And that's the idea. I think it's going to be really fun. So I would say the 3 main benefits of Fit90X are, number 1, it's super cheap, just $1 a month and you're in for the test group, okay? That's important. Of course, there's ways to upgrade. Number 2, it's going to be effective and practical. You can do this at home anytime you want, in whatever clothes you want that are comfortable, bare feet. And yes, we're going to incorporate everything, like I said, you know, cardio resistive, and just put everything together. So that's going to be a mindful experience for you, and it's going to depend on how much time you have available. But I consider that if you have 3 sessions of 90 minutes each, fantastic. But if you only have, let's say, 90 minutes total, I could also help you. So it all really depends. Some people are going to be training 4 to 6 times a week, and they're going to be like the advanced fitness people, but you may be just starting, and I want to work with you too. And even though I have to be like micro niching, you know, I would say that the number 3 benefit, and this is just like off the top of my head, like most of my teachings are going to be like that. You know, I'm going to say, you know what, I learned this from this ACE certification, and I learned this from the HKC certification, and I learned this from watching and learning and reading about Greg Cook and his ideas of our best movements. Is it a squat? Is it a deadlift? What are we supposed to do? And, you know, who you are, and just making it, I would say, it's almost custom made, and letting you know, hey, you can do all this here. Don't ever think that you can't do it. That's why I say one of the most important things for me is to introduce personal development in it, because if you think you can't do something, you'll never do it. Get it? But if you think, hey, I might just do this, then, you know, whatever obstacle is just going to be a challenge. And that's the idea, for you to be your best. And like I always say, and it's going to be part of the program, yes, you don't have to be vegan, but obviously I've been a vegan for 8 years, so I'm also going to incorporate some of that into it. And I'm going to tell you, as a whole, number 1, eat and drink mostly plant-based towards vegan. Number 2, stay active. Yes, get physical. You could dance, you could run, you could swim, you could do whatever makes you happy, you know? But definitely be in joy no matter what's going on, because even when we want to help the world, and one of the things that we want to do, and I want to do, but through you, is to feed the world and nourish the world and energize the world to be fit, healthy, happy, and free. And I can't do that if I'm constantly crying about the cruelty and the unkindness and the abuse and all the bad stuff in this world. So yes, we're going to make it super positive, and that's the thing. Stay positive, focus on what's working, and I'm going to be focusing on what's working. So even if you have, say, a little pain here, you know, you could still, let's say, do a goblet squat perfectly well. You know, I'm going to teach you how to do it from the ground up and from wherever you are. Even if you can only squat here, we're going to go progress, okay? And that's the idea. Progress, not perfection. As Marie Forleo says, she's one of my big mentors from B School. Thank you, Marie. And it is true. And that's one of the most important learning experiences for me also. I'm a recovering perfectionist. And that's probably one of the reasons why I haven't really started, I really haven't launched Fit90X. So I decided to do it this way. It's not perfect. It's like we learn as we go along until the program is totally made, thanks to you and thanks to your feedback and thanks to how it's working. So it's going to be super useful to be with you on this journey of fitness, personal development, and super fun. Yes. Thank you so much. And remember, all these things that I'm telling you to be fit, healthy, happy, and free is that so you can be your potential, you can be at your best. That way, you can make all the difference in the world. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. Thank you. Oh, click the link below. Got it. Thank you.